US President Joe Biden is stepping up efforts to tackle the COVID-19 pandemic. An additional 200 million vaccines have been ordered, with the aim of fully inoculating 300 million Americans by the end of August.
This is a wartime effort. When I say that, people ask, wartime? I say, yeah. More than 400,000 Americans have already died. I think it's 411 or 12 have died in 1 year of this pandemic. More than all the people who died in all the Americans who died in World War II. This is a wartime undertaking. It's not hyperbole.
Let's join Simon Marks now. He's in Washington, D.C. for us. Simon, a plan to complete vaccinations by the end of summer. How realistic is it?
A plan, Dawn, but there's been a lot of mixed messaging coming out of Joe Biden's White House about the vaccine situation here. Indeed, officials still say they are engaged in an assessment to determine just how much vaccine they have available. So on the one hand, we're hearing from the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki that they don't even know yet how much vaccine they've got in the store. But on the other hand, Joe Biden is saying it's perfectly possible that by the spring, every American who wants to get vaccinated will be able to get vaccinated. And he was holding out the prospect of herd immunity here in the United States towards the end of the summer. The difficulty with that is that the president's own public health officials caution that there is so much vaccine hesitancy and so much vaccine skepticism here in the United States, with some surveys showing that the numbers of Americans who say they want to get the vaccines are actually now falling, not rising. That unless there is a very substantial public health campaign, you can have all those extra doses of vaccines, but persuading Americans to allow them to be jabbed into their arms will be another matter. In the short term, there is simply the practicality of vaccine availability. As Joe Biden was speaking at the White House yesterday, here in Washington, Howard University and the city's largest, one of the city's largest hospital systems announced they were cancelling all their vaccination appointments for the rest of the week because they'd run out.
Well, meantime, Simon, there's been this rather puzzling offer from the U.S. state of Florida. It's made a pitch to host the Olympic Games if Japan backs out. I mean, given the struggles that Florida's faced during this pandemic, could it happen?
I think it's extremely unlikely. This offer is coming from the chief financial officer of the state of Florida, a senior state official who says that he's written a letter to the head of the International Olympic Committee saying, we've heard Japan may be having some problems. We'd love to take over. Why don't you come and engage in a site survey? I mean, there are all sorts of real practical difficulties with the idea of Florida hosting the Olympic Games, not least the fact that it doesn't currently have any arena anywhere in the state large enough to host an Olympic athletics track. So you would think that that would be a pretty substantial stumbling block. One economist in the state called the idea mind-bogglingly stupid. Others have used phrases that we can't convey on a family television program. I think it's highly likely that I've got more of a chance of winning the 100-meter dash than Florida has of hosting the Olympics in this cycle.
All right, Simon, thank you very much for that. Simon Marks there in Washington, D.C.